Hello there, Gemini friends. I am so excited that you guys are kicking off my 2020 year forecast here on my channel, Healing Tea Talk. My name is Myra. So if you are new and this is your first time clicking on a video for my channel, thank you so much for tuning in to see what I'm all about. For you who are my returning subscribers, I love you, part of my Healing Tea tribe. Mwah. I love you guys. Thank you so much for an awesome launch in 2019. So Gemini, I have already said a prayer and I have picked two of your oracle or advice cards for the year 2020. You know, we're going into a new decade and we just came off of a Gemini full moon, okay, over the last 2 days. So the first guidance card that you guys got was the law of attraction, right? This is all about whatever you think about, you bring about, Gemini. So my advice is keep your vibration high. Keep your thoughts on things that are positive because you are able to easily attract what you want, be that abundance, good health. You guys know that Mercury rules your sign, which is all about being great communicators and having very, very clear thoughts and intentions. So whatever you think about, Gemini, you can bring about in 2020. The other advice card that you got, and this is from the Angels Oracle Advice deck, is to listen. Gemini, you guys have the gift of gab and the beautiful gift of persuasion. You guys could sell ice to an Eskimo and charm the panties off of a nun. Okay. So this advice, however, is to listen. Maybe you need to listen more. But this is about quieting your mind and having full assurance that your prayers and desires are being heard. And I think it's also advice to make sure that you listen intently to others. Seek to understand than to be first understood. Okay. All right, guys. So I'm going to use the Osho Zen Tarot deck, and we are going to get guidance for each month of the year 2020, January through December, and then we'll get clarifier. So Holy Spirit, we are looking for clear guidance. I would like a card for each month of the year for my Gemini friends, January through December, 12 cards. Guidance for January. Alrighty. So we have possibilities for January. All right, Gemini. So what it looks like is this is a two of fire, which is about being at a crossroads. You guys could be, you are the sign that has two faces, Gemini, right? And so what we have here is the power to create, the Ace of Wands, which is being inspired. It is literally having the ability to create what you want, right? We talked about that with the law of attraction here. But it looks like also there's a seven of air. This is your sign, which is also about it depends on your intentions. So remember when I talked about you have the power to think positive things and create great things or not. I feel like this is like the devil on one shoulder and the angel on the other, right? This is certainly, the Gemini stereotypical card where you have two sides to you, two faces, Gemini, right? You can use your powers for good or evil, but it looks like you may have a choice to make in January, and you could be tempted to be maybe less than honest or show someone a side of you that is not necessarily authentic or genuine. So keep that in mind for January. Guidance for February. Holy Spirit, please. Guidance for February 2020 for my Gemini friends. Guidance for February. All right. Oh, this flew out, Gemini. This is the Tower. So it looks like there could be some shakeup that will require some element of patience for you guys, okay? Seven of Pentacles. It could be as it relates to investments or money. Rainbow energy or Pentacles energy is our natural resources, time, energy, or effort. So just keep in mind there could be some kind of shakeup as it relates to your money, an investment, and then there could be some type of postponement. All right, with a Four of Swords, this is your energy. So it does require you to maybe rethink a plan, meditate, contemplate, look at things sort of objectively, and look at your investments. Okay, could be a little bit of a shakeup in February, so keep that in mind. All right, Holy Spirit, for March 2020. Guidance for Gemini for March 2020. All right, guys, we have letting go, the Eight of Cups. This is about going with the flow and maybe perhaps soul searching and moving towards something more fulfilling. And then you have the Six of Swords, totally your card. Now, typically in the deck, the Six of Swords is about moving to calmer, more peaceful waters. I think that is definitely the case for you guys in March. And it is about really having a clearer vision. You may also have someone in your circle who's sort of pushing you or nudging you to your dreams. You could feel a little fatigued after coming out of that tower moment. So just keep in mind that you are things are going to slow down, get a little bit easier for you too. But there could be somebody there just sort of encouraging you to keep going. You can do this. Okay. All right. Advice for April 2020. All right, so we see here a Nine of Pentacles. So whatever you were working on, you are ripe for success and creativity. So April could be a month where you guys find it easy to create what you want with this Law of Attraction card here. Definitely may find it easier to and a more abundant energy. Whatever you were investing or working on in February, it looks like April's a good month to reap that harvest. Also, going back to March, you guys, make sure that if you have a mentor or somebody in your circle, that you listen to them. Somebody around you is going to really, really push you and help you when times get a little bit tough or you may get discouraged. Okay. Advice for May 2020, Holy Spirit, for my Gemini friends. All right, you guys, and we have a major arcana here for May, completion. This is really, really beautiful. And then we have the Queen of Wands. So for those of you who are embarking on something creative, there could be a fire sign coming into your life that completes a piece of the puzzle of your life for you. But this is all things coming together, even in your mind, Gemini, with this beautiful energy. So just keep in mind for May, you could get also a sudden spark of creativity. The Queen of Wands also shares. This is being very, very giving, very sharing your gifts or whatever you're working on. It's everything sort of coming together, ready to present it to the world. All right, cards for June. So we have the Nine of Cups here moving into your season, Gemini. It just really looks like, this is wish fulfillment and things going good, being able to integrate, right, your yin and your yang, being totally in your element and in your season, maybe able to vacation. But this is everything working together for your greatest good. Card for July, we have the Five of Swords. This is your energy as well, Gemini. So this is about not comparing, right? Comparisons are sometimes odious, but it really is like things are what they are. It's also about potential. Okay, so you could be dealing with somebody and you could really be tempted to compare two things that are similar, right? They could both be trees, but they're sort of different. Okay, so you could just find yourself, wanting to compare people or things. So just keep that in mind. And a card for August 2020. I'm going to go back to July because I think this comparison and the Nine of Cups sort of go together. Thank you. All right, we are the world, things being very harmonious, coming complete circle. This is life being good. Pentacles energy, which is about our home life being good. Some of you could be ready to buy a home. The four, so we have a 4 and a 10 here of swords, which is about, there could be some healing also coming to your finances in July. Okay, so you could be saving up. This could be advice to save up money to buy a house in July, but it looks like there is some healing coming to your finances. You also could be looking at different types of homes, different types of houses, but you could be just in a very conservative energy in July. But it looks like there is some healing and control needed as it relates to your finances as you get into July. Things are looking good though. Alrighty. Advice for August, Holy Spirit, August 2020. Some of you also may be getting the credit that you're looking for, because I am looking at an advice card here that says give yourself more credit, Gemini. So if you are looking to be approved for a house or a home, or think you might be moving this summer, then make sure that you are saving and building your credit. Okay. For August, we have clinging to the past. This is a five of water, or 5 of cups. Okay, so you could be in your head about somebody from the past, not really able to let go of someone that you were dealing with or something, and really have a need for a new vision. So keep that in mind for August, that clinging to the past could prevent you from embracing a new start or vision. Okay, all right. Card for September. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Card for September for my Gemini friends. September 2020 for my Gemini friends, please. So again, just a reminder, Gemini, like, just really, really watch your mindset. It looks like things sort of ebb and flow, but you have the ability to bring to you whatever you like, whatever you want, okay? Guidance for September 2020 for my Gemini friends. Thank you, Holy Spirit. All right, you guys. So we have playfulness. This is the Knight of Wands, fire energy. This is being very open to playfulness, a very lighthearted energy, approaching life. As far as relationships and things like that go, you may find yourself being extremely playful, not wanting to settle down in that energy. And then you have you showing up feeling very guilty. Gemini. So I don't know if this is just a basic lack of self-control. Something happens before September that makes you feel a little bad. Maybe you are really like getting out there, but make sure that whatever you're doing to have fun and live your best life does not have repercussions for you mentally where you feel bad later. Okay. And for some of you, it could be a ripe season too, because there's a lot of fertility there too in the month of September. So some of you, be very mindful if you don't want to have children or something like that in your this very playful energy. If you don't want to have regrets, make sure you plan ahead. Okay. All right. Let's look at October 2020. October 2020 for my Gemini friends. All right, major life changes. This is a major arcana, and we have guilt. I just feel like for some of you, 9 is, 9 months of pregnancy and that type of thing, but there's a major life change here. There's some kind of change. You get a tower moment back in February, right? So if we go February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, yeah, there is a life change. That's 9 months. Okay. So in February, it looks like you guys, whatever, there's a major life shift. Uh, be very careful. If you don't want to be having a baby around October, then there are some interesting changes. Could be dealing with a fire sign at the beginning of the year. So just keep that in mind, because there's a major life change here that you may have to live with for a lot longer than you thought you did. So Gemini, keep that in mind. A card for November 2020, Holy Spirit, for my Gemini friends. Thank you. All right, you guys, you got it again. It came out, guilt and receptivity for November 2020. Yeah, I just feel like there's a decision you have to live with, but you're going to master this, right? And do a lot of soul searching here. Your spirituality, I feel like, is also going to be on an uptick towards the end of 2020. So you may find yourself spending more time alone to get to a masterful place where you're like, okay, it's maturing, right? Maturing, really facing your fears and moving into a very masterful and mature state of affairs. Really blossoming here with the flowering card. And then the final card for 2020, Holy Spirit. Thank you. Oh, that's quite a bit. Let's narrow that down some, Holy Spirit. All right, for 2020, for my Gemini friends, how do they close out the year? How does Gemini close out the year 2020? Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you for answers and direction. How does Gemini close out 2020? Thank you. All right, guys. So morality and strength. So Gemini, I mean, this is like something. So the seven of fire is Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. Okay, so it's fire energy, but this is you really struggling with your moral compass, right? It's like whatever. And remember, when we first started the reading, there was that Seven of Swords energy was there, Gemini. So it's like there's somebody that you have dealt with that it stresses you out, or you're stressing them out. There's some type of morality thing going on where you guys, whatever it is that you did, it does not leave you alone. It comes with a whole lot of drama by the end of the year. Okay, so it just looks like you guys are just in a situation where there's a lot of playfulness energy. It's very lighthearted, but there is some type of major life shift for you guys that happens. Some decision that you make at the beginning of the year is having repercussions as you go along. Somebody maybe that you thought was going to be a fleeting romance, could be with a fire sign, you thought would be a fleeting romance, ends up being something that you have to be totally engaged in, because they are not going anywhere. Okay, it's a person who is going to stretch you, a very intense personality. Okay, so this could be in your chart, or you're dealing with somebody like that, but it is very intense, and it's not something that you're going to be able to shake easily. We have the Ace of Swords here. So, I mean, Ace of Fire. So I just really feel strongly, Gemini, that 2020 could be where you are living moment to moment, right? Following your intuition, following hunches. You are being advised to sort of plan and listen, right? Really seek the divine going into 2020, because whatever choices that you make, they will follow you, and they will be right there with you at the end of 2020. Okay, you may find it to be a year where there's a lot of temptation, and so yeah, Gemini, just keep in mind there are some life choices that you may have to live with a lot longer than you think. Okay, and it could all sort of culminate and come to fruition around October. Alrighty, so just want to keep that in mind. If you are interested in getting your personal 2020 forecast, then just go to my website, healingttalk.com, make an appointment. The link and all of that will be in the description box. Gemini, thank you so much for kicking off this 2020 series with me, and God bless. Love you much.